Okay, just an idea to play with. Remember, contact flow primarily, remember, it's not a simulated fight. Combat flow is maybe a little bit more in that direction, but if we're doing contact flow, just go ahead, right? The main thing that we're trying to do is just learn, just feel how bodies move and feel how we can keep ourselves as quiet and neutral and in the principles as possible while we do that, right? So for example, if I feel like, oh, I could really get UL here, oh, if I could just go a little further, that's not actually helping me feel or learn anything, right? The only thing it might be doing, if UL feels me doing that, instead of stopping me from doing it, maybe he can feel how he could just take advantage of my intention from the very beginning, right? So if I'm really there, like clear-minded, in the moment, feeling any intention from him, just feeling where his feet are, feeling where his balance is, while remaining totally just neutral and unavailable. Oh, it's interesting. That was some interesting intention I felt right there, right? Kind of like up. So I just let him continue to do it with no sacrifice of my own principles, right? Doesn't matter who's hitting, getting hit, doesn't matter what the position is. He can have like contact on me here. Wonderful. There's an opportunity for me to feel, oh yeah, he really seems to want to push me there, so I can just move with it and feel what's going on. Okay, so that could be, the total attitude you have while you're doing contact flow. And if you do it all in that spirit, like not worrying about hitting, getting hit, and even if I am quote unquote getting hit, not trying to stop it, but just how to continue to move my body to be unavailable. And maybe next time as I feel his intention coming there, just learning how to take advantage of it, right? Just feeling kind of which way his body's going anyway. And especially if he feels me like doing anything like this, like learning how, I'm basically leaning on him, learning how to deal with that, regardless of whether strikes are landing or not. All this information and all this ability to, no matter what he's doing, that I just stay unavailable and feeling everything. Now, if I'm actually in danger, right, it's going to be what it's going to be, right? I'm not going to be flowing with it.
Right.
Okay, that's the thing. You don't want to think like, even when you're doing combat flow, like it's still not actual combat. Even if I'm like kind of doing contact flow, but having, a little bit more combative ideas here, this is still not what it's going to be like, because if he's oh, you all right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to move spontaneously and really try to just break him and penetrate him completely from the very first instant, right? It's not going to be like an exchange or whatever. Okay, it's not going to be an exchange. It's not going to be like, oh, I got him. Oh, I got to move here. No, but it's all of these principles, all of this sensitivity, all of this knowledge brought together such that he does anything, and I'm just feeling all his intention, right? Doing that knee break there. And it's to break stuff, right? It's not to, the goal is not to play with his balance or even to hit him or whatever. It's if he's doing anything to me, whoa, right? Just to stay using these principles, boom, and really, just do whatever I can as soon as possible. Or depending on what the situation is. If I need to be going that way or there's other people coming here and I just need to be able to put all that together, okay? But contact flow, we just got to remember, is really not simulating that, or it shouldn't be, right? It's just my opportunity to maximize use of the principles and learn all the little details about how people move so that I start to really feel those intentions, right? And see them peripherally as I'm feeling them, right? So that if I'm just here and he has any intention, now don't be obvious, just have any intention whatsoever, like you're gonna sucker punch me or something, right? I can feel it coming a mile away. Okay, yeah, and that's something else to do in class. If we're actually practicing some sort of more combative stuff in class, get out of the habit, at least after, maybe with a beginner, you'd be a little more obvious, but eventually you want to get out of the habit of like doing stuff like that and more like, if I'm just, boom, right, there you go, right? I want him to be able to detect my intention and act on it early on, right? Like, whoa, right? And be where he needs to be and do whatever. That won't happen if I'm constantly feeding him obvious stuff. Okay, I mean, it might still happen from contact flow, right, and whatever other stuff we're doing, right? But I want to be able to, in contact flow, right? So yeah, so instead of stopping that or trying to get out of the way, feel it on the intention level. That took care of it, right? And then obviously, as we move, if I have that intention and you're just not there, okay. Trying to, it's the chess match You wanted to make it much more a chess match of like really feeling what's happening deeply versus I missed, you missed, I missed, you missed. Oh, you got me, pisses me off. Now I got you. You know, it's not sparring. It's not a match. If it were gonna be, then we would just bam, 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 bam. You know, there's better ways of doing that. Okay, but really the main idea of contact flow, and again, combat flow can be more in that direction. You know, put a little more danger involved. But as far as contact flow goes, just trying to feel deep inside his body what's going on, wondering why he's like getting tense there, wondering why he's just sitting away from that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, he has intention to go that way now, so I'll be over here. You notice like the actual hands and the contact might not have changed much. Right? It's just all feeling what's actually going on within the body. Okay, he wants to push down there for that reason, so I can move in. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay, don't want to stop that, but I want to feel it earlier next time. Right? Feel this here, you know. So just feeling. Make sense? Cool. And then when you actually apply it, or do some drills like, you know, like fright reaction, combatives, more type drills, that's where you can, you know, hopefully apply what you learn. So instead of as he's coming to hit me, just like doing something like that, just feeling from the beginning where he's going and be able to just fit with it and penetrate him completely at the same time, no matter what's going on. Right? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. All right. Thank you.